Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, taking the pulse of small business. The good news, there is one. The bad news, it's not as strong as anyone would like. Plus, Pittsburgh today and tomorrow, a report card on the state of our region. But first, another great comeback to celebrate in our region. It's the story of a small business practically put out of business by a devastating fire and the hard work and collaboration that brought it back to life. The story of Wendell August Forge was the focus of the recent Entrepreneurs Growth Conference at Duquesne University. Will Knecht was the keynote speaker. He's president of Wendell August. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Bill. It's great to be here. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, you all have been on quite a journey. Company's been around for how long?
90 years this year.
90 years, successful, Grove City, making wonderful decorative items, and then when? A devastating fire when?
2010.
2010, so 3 years ago.
Been amazing 3 years. It sure has.
Yeah, and it's a great story of a business that, could have been put under by this, right?
No question about it. We were told that many companies never survive a devastating event like this, but really it's a testimony to the great people I work with and the great people of Western Pennsylvania that so rallied around us that, going out of business was never an option. We were going to succeed and thrive through the challenge.
I'm sure a lot of businesses would think, a lot of folks would think, oh, they had a big insurance policy, they wrote you a big check, and you were back in business. Is that the way it works when you have that kind of crisis?
Well, not really. We were blessed by Robert Morris and the Pittsburgh Penguins with 2 great orders the week of the fire.
Wow.
And
just before the fire?
Just the week before the fire.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing, providential. Those 2 orders gave us the absolute focal point. We were never, ever going to let those 2 customers down, and our employees just did the heroic and the miraculous.
How were you able to get it back in operation so fast with those 2 big orders?
Well, I would say I give a lot of the credit to the Lord and Providence and His hand in preparing the way and giving us opportunities like those 2 orders that gave us an absolute focal point. We couldn't not get back into business. And just so many events occurred prior to the fire that we didn't understand why, but they all led to that fire and after the fire, including a shell of a manufacturing facility that we had exited a year prior to the fire that was still unleashed and ready for us to go back in within 5 days and get a workshop back up and running. Absolutely miraculous and amazing.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And great credit to your 2 big customers, too, because it would have been easy for them to cut and run after you had the fire.
They were important events for both of them, and they easily could have cut and run. The Pittsburgh Penguins and Robert Morris are incredibly fantastic organizations that we owe a huge debt of gratitude to both.
Yeah, you did more, though, than just sort of building a new shop, fulfilling those orders, and then back to doing retail there in Grove City, as you've been doing for 85 years or so. I mean, really, the whole vision of the company's now changed.
Well, what an opportunity, Bill. I mean, here we are, a 90-year-old company, but yet a startup. And we were given the unique opportunity to rethink everything we do. And since that time, again, the great people I work with, we have had an opportunity to repaint the canvas and a masterpiece. And a year and a half ago, we were in 0 retailers nationwide. Today, we're in 600 retail locations nationwide. We're working with Macy's on a regional and national basis. We're working with Bed Bath & Beyond on a regional and national basis. And we're working with other national retailers to sell our product in new ways. And it's so exciting. It really is.
I saw you turn up in the downtown Pittsburgh Macy's. There was a big display in there the other day, and I thought, I've never seen that before. I mean, so wholesaling was not something Wendell August Forge
We couldn't even spell it. We couldn't even spell it prior to the fire. And again, about 16 months ago, we made the decision to go. And the team at Macy's has been unbelievable. Russell Schutte, who runs the region out of Pittsburgh, but has the whole Midwest. Russell has been a huge champion of Wendell August and has just been, what a great organization. I mean, Macy's is the best retailer in the world, and there's a reason for that, and for us to be with them is quite an honor.
So, but what was the deal? What was it about the culture of Wendell August? You'd had that successful business, small business, right there in town, Grove City, all those years. You never thought about going wholesale? It might be something bigger here?
Well, we did, but you know how sometimes businesses get in a box and it's tough to get out of that box? That's where we were. You know, this is who we are, and this is what we do. And each day we kept going and going. And, you know, part of that's a fault of my leadership. It's my job as a leader to set the pace, right? The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. And, you know, the fire forced me to think differently and allowed to unleash the creative genius of the team I work with. And that's really the story. I held us back. The fire challenged me to think differently, and a team was just ready to roll, and just great things are happening. Real excited.
Well, and what, you're at work on building a whole new facility there in Grove City now.
We are. We're excited about that. We'll be in this fall, Lord willing, about a half mile from the Grove City outlets. Great location, 12 acres versus the 2 we were on. Again, providential, the preparation for a future. And we have room to about triple the size of the building we are building, looking to the future and looking for excitement.
Wow, hard to believe a devastating fire that put your business out of business could turn out to be a blessing, but it sounds like that's been the case.
Wouldn't wish a fire on my worst enemy, and I hope we never have to go through it again, but it absolutely is a blessing.
Unbelievable. Fabulous story, and great for Duquesne University and the Entrepreneurs Growth Conference. Give you a chance to share this with all the other entrepreneurs.
What an experience to be just in a room with that energy and that excitement. And I'm a guy who should be in that audience, not not the keynote speaker. So it was an honor to share our story and share some of the things we learned with a great group of entrepreneurs doing the great things that we can do in this part of the country and just driving our economy. And next year, I'm sure, is going to be even more exciting with a better keynote speaker, more energy, even more excitement, more entrepreneurs. And although it's a year away, I encourage every one of your viewers to check out next year's Entrepreneurs Growth Conference.
There's a save the date for you. Mark your calendars now and be prepared to grow your business and get some great advice. We'll connect from Wendell August Forge. Thank you so much.
Hey, what a privilege to be with you, Bill. Thank you so much.
Next up, uncertainty. It's an economic reality our region's small businesses are grappling with. Stay with us.